over the coming weeks, I'm going to wean myself off LinkedIn. I've been spreading myself too thin over social media, and I really want to focus my approach and do the best I can with fewer platforms. When I first joined LinkedIn, I was connecting with anybody and everybody, and I've got over 5,000 connections, and you know, you can imagine what a small percentage of them I actually know or have any regular interaction with. In fact, it's a very, very small percentage. So, and even when I post something, I get very little interaction. And, partly that's my fault because I don't do anything or very, very little on the platform myself. But I just think that having all these connections with people, lots and lots of them have nothing to do with indie filmmaking or acting. The vast majority, in fact. So why am I connected with them? I don't know. And as a filmmaker, I think more visual platforms like YouTube are the more obvious place for me to be, which is why I'm going to focus on that. So, and the other thing is, I found that LinkedIn has become more and more like X. I left Twitter, several years ago when it was still called Twitter, because of all the politics and religion and all sorts of crap that's posted there. And LinkedIn has become more and more like that. You see people arguing about religion, see people arguing about politics, see people arguing about lots and lots of different things that has nothing to do with what I thought LinkedIn was supposed to be about. So, just don't want to be there, really. And that's what it all comes down to now that I think about it. I just don't want to be there. So, I'm going to wean myself off it. I'm going to go through what will be a laborious process of emailing or messaging on LinkedIn each of my contacts, letting them know what I'm doing. But I don't know, it's just the value isn't there for me. And as an indie filmmaker, I suppose you could argue that there are potential financial backers there, or studios or producers, but I've had so little interaction with them, and those kind of posts that come up on my feed are not really something I want to interact with. So I don't see too much value there. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, I don't know, but what I do know is that if I focus more on fewer things, I will do a lot better at those. And the other platforms like YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, I get more interaction with. I get more response from. I get more, feedback and interest in general from people. So, and that's what I want. So that's what I'm going to do. So I made a couple of notes, and let's just see if I haven't covered them already. Let's see. Yeah, there's lots of thought leaders and kind of spammy content and clickbaity kind of stuff on there that's trying to drag you into things, and that's why I say it's becoming more and more like platform I don't want to be on. Yeah, I'm not sure it's helping my career. I think other things are probably more helpful. Like something I'm not doing is going to a lot of film festivals. That may be helpful as an indie filmmaker to make connections with other people. Uh, and I think there's a mental health aspect to some of these things, in that um, feeling pressure to always having to post on all these different platforms and do it in a timely manner and respond on all these different platforms, and being a whiz of whatever's flavour of the month about how to get your posts seen on each of these different platforms. I mean, that can't be good for you mentally and physically. So having fewer things to focus on, I think, is probably a good thing. And I think even though there's a lot of filmmakers and producers and production houses on LinkedIn, it's still like most of the uh, workplace focused on traditional careers and traditional career paths. And as an indie filmmaker, I'm not sure I fit into that. And an actor as well, I'm not sure that fits into traditional career paths either. Whereas LinkedIn, I think from that perspective, um, is kind of, you could say it fits everything, but like most things, when you look at it in a big picture way, I think it focuses more on traditional, you know, jobs and careers and career paths. And I think indie filmmaking and acting sits a little bit outside of that. And I think, like I said, getting what I need is probably best achieved on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. Maybe to a lesser extent Facebook, but YouTube and Instagram are very visual platforms, whereas Facebook seems to be a kind of combination. So I think focusing on those and really putting some effort into planning out videos and planning out posts and learning more about the intricacies of what I should do in those posts to get the best coverage I can is probably where I should be spending my time, rather than trying to tick all of the boxes of all the social media platforms. So, yeah. And it just kind of feels like the right thing to do. I can't explain that, but it just feels, it's probably just me. Having fewer things and to really focus on them is feels more valuable. Like I'm getting more value out of doing that, irrespective of whether I get lots more followers or lots more likes or, you know, whatever it is. Just the process of having that focus and spending more time on what you're posting and how you're posting and engaging with people, really spending some time engaging with people, which is something I've been terrible at. Not so much on what I post, but on what other people post, or getting into conversations with people online, which is, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I have not been very good at it. And I know that if I have fewer things that I'm focusing on, that will help me a lot more to do that, which is something I need to do more of. So I'll be slowly leaving LinkedIn and just trying to focus on mainly YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. And let's see how that turns out. Thanks for watching. It'd be great if you could like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you'd like to support me further, you can buy me a coffee. There's a link in the description below. I hope to see you in the next one.